Hey guys, this is HD1, and I found some new information on the Legendary Edition that you guys might find very interesting. So first, to answer the question in the thumbnail, who is remastering the Legendary Edition? Drumroll please, it's Abstraction Games. They are a studio that is good at remastering games and porting, porting games to different platforms, like how, Aspire, they ported KOTOR, Jade Empire, and KOTOR 2, Natural Republic 2 to Angel Iris, so, that kind of company. Abstraction is now going to port the original trilogy to Xbox One, Series X, PC, and PS4 and PS5. We're gonna go over some information that Abstraction posted on the website about the Legendary Edition that was very specific about the plans and what they were doing. Note, they did remove all of this information off the website, so if you check right now, it wouldn't see exactly what it was. They could have removed it because it gave too much information, like we will see soon, or the information was wrong. I personally suspect that they gave out too much information, and yeah, they would end up changing the website to like a quote from EA. And now that I checked again recently, it seems like they changed the website basically to the same thing that I have, but basically less detail, without like the specifics. So let's start reading it, cause it was on the website. I was able to I know a guy who got like a screenshot of it because I saw it myself, but funny enough I forgot to screenshot it. So let's read it. The biggest sci-fi epic in video game history makes its debut on current gen platforms in 2020. In this massively updated trilogy, players will be able to take control of Commander Shepard and the N7 crew as they fight off the Reaper invasion. This project was interesting in the sense that both parties knew from the start that they wanted to collaborate. We at Abstraction knew we could contribute greatly, and bioware, with EA as the publisher, came in with their minds made up, based on our track record. Because, Abstraction, they're good at porting, remastering games like Aspire. The project hit the ground running in 2020 and has been picking up ever since, with this third manually agreed contract extension taking us well into 2021. So basically, what this is saying that they started development in 2020. So the rumors or people speculating that started in 2017 are wrong. Though it could be someone's pet project or something, I highly doubt that. EA is probably looking for some money from bioware since it's been like a few years since they made like a game, and yeah, this is the quickest way for bioware to make it. Remastering some fan favorite games. Remember, this is supposed to come out October this year, which would mean that they would have about 10 months, give or take, to make this remaster since it started this year, like early this year or late 2019. Jeff Grubb did say it got delayed so they can improve like ME1, I think it was the combat. But if this took about 10 months to make, well, to do all the stuff that they set out to do, not make from the ground up, but fix all the stuff, new graphics, stuff like that, I would expect small tweaks, maybe the gun balancing and other small gameplay details to improve the experience. Of course, I think some of these tweaks will be noticeable. I don't expect, ME2 or ME3 combat being moving to ME1. For sure, that would mean they'd have to change some of them, some of those maps to allow that to work well, which is highly unlikely. It's a remaster, not a remake. Though ME1 is the type of game that needs the most work, so I'm gonna wait for more info before I start speculating on that. So I'm really curious to see what they're gonna do with that game. Since there's a ton of potential to really be upgraded. But I'm gonna continue on reading. Abstraction's main task was to help with optimizations and improvements, mostly on graphical related issue. We started out by streamlining things like ambient occlusion, depth of field, motion blur, etc., and have since been focused on a host of other graphical improvements with a hefty portion of bug fixing on the side. So, well, about graphics, that's something they're gonna be giving us higher resolution textures and better lighting, etc. Ambient occlusion, I'm pretty sure that wasn't in the original games, so I'm curious to see what them adding ambient occlusion will do well mainly to the lighting. I can guarantee the lighting's probably gonna look like really good. Well, not really good, but like better than how they were before in the vanilla. Don't expect some massive upgrades like in graphics because they're mainly improving the graphical the graphics and stuff, and adding like a few things like ambient occlusion, since they said that they're mainly improving stuff like depth of field, motion blur, etc. And to be honest, I really think it's like as graphics that they look that much better than texture mods like a lot or Metrum. They might do something for like ME1 since ME2 and ME3 looks like, pretty good for today's standards. Not like the best, but like okay for today's standards. But I'll wait for more info before you get your hopes up on like massive graphical upgrades. Them adding ambient occlusion will be very interesting because, like I said before, that was not in the game, and ambient occlusion is it's like a better way to do lighting. I think they had like I know they had something different, but like it wasn't ambient occlusion. So another thing that they said was about bug fixing. So what guarantee I can give about the Legendary Edition is that most bugs should be fixed, since they just said that bug fixing is top priority. So expect things like the AMD CPU bug being fixed, Conan Werner or Ashley's marksman bug, etc. So if you're on console, if you're on console and some of these bugs are like very annoying on the original trilogy, the Legendary Edition should fix at least most of them, and hopefully all of them. So continuing on, Mass Effect is a Sega for the ages, and Distraction has been working tirelessly to bring the trilogy back in top form. So nothing really helpful down there. So yeah, in conclusion, development started in 2020, maybe like really late 2019. Graphical upgrades aren't gonna be massive, but they already told us this. It's not gonna be remake. They're just gonna like remaster the graphics, etc., etc. And most of all the bugs will be fixed in the Legendary Edition. But yeah, that's all the information I got for you guys today. Please like and subscribe for future videos like this, and follow me on Twitter where you'll see this information first. And yeah, this is the end.